My fiancé cheated on me with my own mother just days before our wedding, but what I did shocked everyone. It was supposed to be the best day of my life. I was just a few days away from marrying the love of my life, Michael. We were getting married at a beautiful vineyard, and everything was perfect, or so I thought. I found out later that Michael had been cheating on me with my own mother. Not just a one-time mistake, but a full-blown affair, going on for months. I found out when I went to my mom's house to drop off some decorations for the wedding. Her front door was ajar, and I could hear voices from inside. I heard my mom say, "We have to be careful. She's getting suspicious." I heard Michael's voice too, and he said, "Don't worry, she's too naive to figure it out. She's so wrapped up in this wedding, she won't notice a thing." The words hit me like a physical punch. I stood there, frozen, listening to the two people I trusted most in the world, the two people who were supposed to love me unconditionally, talk about me like I was a fool. I didn't burst in. I didn't scream or cry. I just quietly left the decorations on the porch and walked away. I felt a cold, hard resolve settle in my gut. I wasn't going to let them get away with this, but I wasn't going to have a dramatic confrontation either. No screaming, no crying, no throwing things. I decided to give them a public lesson in what it means to be a decent person. I still had the wedding plans, the venue, the caterer, the DJ, everything. I started making some calls. I called the caterer and changed the menu. I called the DJ and changed the music. I called the event planner and told her to set up an extra table at the front, right next to the head table. I didn't tell anyone what I was doing. I just smiled and pretended like everything was still perfect. The day of the wedding arrived and everyone was in their places. Michael was at the altar looking nervous but excited. My mother, in a beautiful dress she'd picked out, was sitting in the front row. The guests were all there, 150 people, all of them a witness to the show that was about to unfold. I walked down the aisle and I could see the look of pure adoration on Michael's face. He thought he had me fooled. He thought he was getting away with it. I smiled at him, a small, secret smile, and took my place at the altar. The officiant began the ceremony, and everything was going according to plan until he got to the vows. I had written my own, and I had a microphone. I took a deep breath and began to speak. "Michael," I said, my voice steady, "I have a confession to make. I'm not who you think I am. I'm not naive, and I'm not a fool. I know what you did. I know about you and my mother." The room went silent. Michael's face went from adoration to sheer horror. He opened his mouth to say something, but I held up my hand. "Don't bother," I said. "I'm not here to get married. I'm here to give you both what you deserve." I then looked at the crowd and said, "Everyone, please turn your attention to the two chairs at the front. My fiancé and my mother, the two people who have been having a secret affair for months and who thought they could get away with it." Gasps erupted from the crowd. My mother's face was a mask of pure terror. My father, who was sitting next to her, looked like he was about to pass out. I then looked at Michael and said, "You came here expecting a wedding. What you got instead is a public humiliation. You wanted to make a fool of me? Well, I made a fool of you." I then turned to the officiant and said, "I'm sorry for the inconvenience, but there will be no wedding today. You are all invited to stay for a celebration. However, a celebration of new beginnings. And this time, I'm getting my mom to pay for it all since she's so rich, and I'm just a little naive girl." Then I left the stage. The music that started playing was a song I had chosen specifically for the moment, a song about being a bad liar. The guests were whispering, pointing, and looking at Michael and my mother, who were just sitting there, completely humiliated. Michael's parents were glaring at him. My father was glaring at my mother. It was a beautiful, chaotic disaster, and it was all because of me. The best part? Michael was a struggling artist, and my mother was a socialite. She was now paying for a wedding that never happened, and he was getting nothing. The revenge was sweet, silent, and entirely my own. I didn't have to say another word. The truth spoke for itself. They got what they deserved.